Mark Kelly, a high-profile gun control advocate, the husband of the former Arizona Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, is causing a stir after purchasing two guns, including an AR-15 assault-style rifle. So why did he do that? He's here to explain what's going on. So what's going on, Mark? How come he went out and bought an AR-15?
Well, Wolf, it's important for me to have firsthand knowledge about how easy it is or difficult it is, to buy a weapon like that. It's through a background check, obviously, at a federally licensed gun dealer. But it's important for me to know, what it is and, to have firsthand knowledge. So in the future, I'm looking forward at some point to buying a gun, at a gun show, also possibly selling a gun. So I know really, the ins and outs of this issue.
So what was it like going out to a store and buying an AR-15?
It's actually pretty easy. For a weapon that's so deadly and really designed for the military, especially with the high-capacity magazines, it's a pretty easy thing to do, even with a background check. And speaking of background checks, this is going to be an important week here in the Senate Judiciary Committee as this bill gets marked up, and we're hopeful that something can be done in moving the background check legislation forward.
The conservative news site Breitbart suggested that you went public with this decision to buy an AR-15 because they were about to report it. I'll read to you from what Breitbart.com said on Saturday. Breitbart News then began investigating the details surrounding the purchase, including visiting the gun store. Suddenly, Kelly announced on his Facebook page that he was not going to keep the AR-15, which he has yet to pick up from the store. What do you say about that?
Well, I don't know anything about who Breitbart is or anything about his website. We had a plan, to go in there to buy a 45, and if we had the opportunity to buy an AR-15 as well. And, I don't know the timing, but we had a plan on when we were going to announce that on Facebook. In the future, I'll be talking about, buying a gun from a gun show, also selling a gun. So that's all, to come later, because I really need to understand this, the issues, surrounding gun violence and these weapons.
What are you going to do with that AR-15?
Well, the plan is to turn it into the Tucson Police Department. So once I get access, once I actually take possession of it, we'll be handing it into the Tucson PD.
And you also bought a handgun, a .45 caliber, is that right?
Yeah, that one I'll keep. Gabby and I are both gun owners, strong supporters of the Second Amendment. I've had guns all my life, so I'll be keeping the .45. Turning in the AR-15. But the important thing that's actually coming up this week, like I mentioned, is what's going to happen to the Senate Judiciary Committee. It's really important that we get this gun, we get a universal background check passed.
We'll see what happens. We'll, of course, be following it. But just to be precise, your intention was always to hand over the AR-15 to the police department?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have no use for a gun like that. From my military experience, it's important that the military have assault weapons with high-capacity magazines. I really think that the access that the public has to these, it's too easy, as I demonstrated the other day. It's very easy to buy an assault weapon. They're readily available, and they really, they really shouldn't be.
Mark Kelly joining us. We'll see what happens at the Senate Judiciary Committee and then beyond. Appreciate it very much.
You're welcome, Wolf.